Hey, everybody. It's art therapy day here at Megaphonic versus Jackbox. There's no winners, no losers. Nobody needs to be funny if they don't want to. It's all fine. Nobody's going to judge. We're just going to draw some happy little clouds or whatever draws our fancy. And we're going to hang out and talk. Maybe we'll do something else after a while, but right now, it just seems nice. It's been a week. I know this isn't what you were expecting, everybody. Here, let me go into what do we call it, Twitch, and make sure that Twitch knows that this is now an art stream.
Yes.
Drawing stuff on a page.
I'm gonna get such a good grade at therapy.
Yeah. Mike has been talking about wanting to draw some more.
Yeah, Chris and I, at the very start of this year, when it seemed like it would just be a normal year, Chris and I took an art class that finished up literally just as things started to go to hell. And so one of the last things I did before all the shops shut was like I went and I loaded up on art supplies. It was like Chris and I will like do like an hour or two of just like drawing and stuff at the kitchen table like 10 o'clock every morning or something like that. And they haven't been touched.
This went on to not happen.
Yes, and I'm sort of like I'm starting to forget all of the rudimentary skills I learned in that class. Like I really would like to make this happen, but it is very difficult to do things.
I don't know if it'll help you or not. I've been trying to spend an hour a day, several days a week, screenless. Where I don't look at the phone. I
really thought you were saying screaming.
That is where I thought that was going as well.
That too, but in this case, just like as much as I want to just sit down and like play the same video game for another 6 hours, to actually take time and read a book or even just take a nap or do some tidying, but just like don't get sucked into the screen again.
Yes.
But it's
and
your
if you set a timer, then you know that at some point the timer is going to beep and you can turn your phone back on or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's why.
Mine is
too hopelessly addicted. Dictated. Fuck me.
I am. Yeah. I mean, I've been finding other ways of being at my screen. Like I've been making crossword puzzles. And that's been a fun creative exercise.
Yeah, that one kicked the crap out of me.
Have you done any of the other ones since then?
You did the one where you said that I made this one deliberately simple so people might be able to solve it, and I solved that one.
People like me.
It was specifically for Mikey, but for others who wanted to do that too.
I'm not good at crosswords, and I get very frustrated when I play test them for Chris.
It's just one of those things. You have to know how the designer thinks, and there's a lot of cultural and subcultural clues and indicators when you're doing a crossword. But
yeah,
I'm out of practice. I won't give money to the New York Times until they stop being fascist. So I don't get the Will Shortz one, and he's the gold standard.
You know, he's not. You can watch me do it every morning if you'd like, and
okay.
That could make you, or you could watch it after I've done it live. So it's a certain type of gold standard, but it's a very New York Times kind of gold standard, right? Because those are the puzzle. That's the puzzle I do first, and that's sort of why I started doing that stream. But they're the most boring puzzles I do. Like, it's the gray old lady of puzzles. And even though Will Shortz was sort of shaking it up back in the day, like, those days are gone.
I guess I should ask what you thought of the documentary Wordplay.
I saw the Wordplay when it was in theaters, and when there was a certain moment when when I saw it with my mother, and there's a certain moment in the theater when I turned to my mother and I said, I didn't know that such and such a crossword puzzle constructor, I didn't know they were gay. And my mother turned and said, well, they only just mentioned it like a minute ago. And I was like, no. I grew up playing this guy's crossword puzzles. Like, I totally know who he is. I just don't know anything about him except that he made crossword puzzles that I played when I was, as a kid and would play now. So that
I too saw it in the theater with my mom. Nice. And the scene where they're talking about how they go to this same hotel every year and it's the same people every year and it's the weird hobby that they get to spend a weekend indulging. I teared up. I was thinking of B-Fest because they were saying, like, my family has no idea why I come here and do this, but the people who come here with me know why I come here and do this. And that was lovely. That was a lovely sentiment to hear expressed.
Hi, Nadia. Welcome aboard.
Hi.
Hey. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
We're
Sorry?
Oh, go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
going to say I was a little bit late because I was just in lovely Grange Park in Toronto. It's not far from where I live, hanging out with some friends.
Is that the one behind the AGO?
Nicer. Yeah.
Nice.
my
So we're having a little art therapy, and I put a link in the private chat if you want to draw along with us. You'll get your own layer.
It helps if you have a smidge of Photoshop experience.
I have
Even
a
just MS
smidge.
Paint.
Smidge is about accurate in terms
That's
of my
fine.
Photoshop
It's
experience.
friendly.
Is this a game, or are we just like drawing collectively?
We're just drawing.
Yeah, we're just drawing.
Now that I've lovingly shaded my little guy, I'm like, I can't delete him.
Is this your little guy here? The little. Did you draw the outline of him as well? This little crow eagle thing?
Who are you speaking to, Chris?
Michael, didn't you just say that you?
Jesus Christ, it's well beyond my skill. The little snake guy coming out of the hole at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Simpsons looking.
I didn't think it looked like your drawing style, so I was a little confused. But
No, the crow thing was me.
Yes,
it's all good.
that's flattering that you even consider that a possibility.
I hadn't noticed that you'd added shading to the guy down there.
Yeah, I'm imagining where the light source is because I thought about our classes. I was like,
Good.
oh yeah, where's the light coming from?
Here, I'll add a little shadow for you. Something like that. But otherwise, so I've never wanted to do a tournament, like a crossword puzzle tournament, because I don't like tournaments.
Right.
Because I don't like time. I don't like being measured in time, and it just seems to suck the fun out of a thing. But there's going to be a tournament tomorrow, and of course it's going to be online only, even though it's normally not, right? But all the crossword puzzle tournaments have turned online only, and that seems so much more fun. And like this one seems like it's organized around like people, you go into a different category if you've ever like gotten top 20 before or not or whatever. But it just seems like more doable and like it's fine. And I like onlineness. That's how I like to hang out with people sometimes. So I might be doing that tomorrow.
Well, best of luck if you do.
Well, I'm not trying to win or anything. I'm just trying to have fun.
And best of luck with having fun.
I know I'm not good at it.
I remember, Chris, when I first saw your OkCupid profile in the spring of 2009, I didn't even live in the same city as you. I think the phrase was, I hate fun.
Oh, yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah. Something like that.
And you were like, wow, give me some of that.
Well, I was like, let's see.
He's honest.
Yeah, and like the algorithm said we were like 97% match. Like,
there you go.
No, that looks terrible.
You're drawing another guy there?
No, I'm not.
Or is that Nadia?
Like got little eyelashes.
Oh,
very fun guy.
Nadia, have you gotten into the drawing program?
I have,
Excellent.
and I don't like anything I'm doing yet, but
Don't worry. Just keep doing.
I'm not going near that goddamn thing.
There's all
One
sorts
of them
of
burned me on Return of Chandu.
There's what am I saying? There's an undo button after all.
yes, I keep using it.
So it's already better than Jackbox.
Depends on the game.
That's true.
I don't know. I really love the film clip dubbing one, but I think it's because they keep using Gamera movies.
That's true. It is sort of hey, if anybody's watching, hi there. Say hi in the chat. We're drawing things. Maybe at some point we'll stop this ridiculous drawing that we're doing here. We'll open it up to requests if you want us to draw things. We can make this a little drawfee. Or not. We'll see. Maybe
delightful if anyone.
Drawfee. If anybody isn't familiar with Drawfee, they're quite delightful.
I wasn't until this week.
Did you watch one of the ones that I've been spamming into our Slack?
No, I don't think I've seen. Where have you been spamming them?
I spammed they did one a while back that was which I posted recently, which was about Feanor and the what is it named? Gothmog?
Oh, Gothmog.
Yeah, so they draw both Feanor and Gothmog in a special episode. And I thought that seemed like something that y'all should know about. And I had
Where did
rewatched it. I thought I put it
Where
in
did you
the
put it?
Tolkien in the talk.
Huh? I may have
Are you
just missed
speaking
it.
in code?
They are.
Yeah, basically. Tim, have you not read the Tolkien books?
I wiped out on his prose 4 different times trying to read The Fellowship of the Ring.
Ah, see, I thought his prose was real good. Way
And-
better than I
And
expected.
I
it to be.
am perfectly willing to say it ain't him, it's me, considering that he started a genre of literature and has tens of millions of fans.
Well, you know,
But I still wiped out on his prose 4 times trying to read The Fellowship of the Ring.
who's drawing the
The
power, the infrastructure?
Electrical power. That's neat.
Yay!
Well, it's important for this land to have some sort of electricity and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
infrastructure.
Someone's got to
I'm going to draw a little Pete Postlethwaite cleaning and painting those.
I like how now the sort of vulture eagle looks like it's, you know, it's the Wichita lineman checking in on the power line.
I have to ask, do you have you seen Tarkin versus the Vikings?
I don't think so.
It's basically a Turkish Hercules movie.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of the other movie on the disc, but it was a Turkish remake of a Republic serial. And when the bad girl was stripping to seduce the hero, they were playing the 101 strings version of Wichita Lineman.
Ooh.
Because the Turkish soundtrack committee was just a dude who had a bunch of records.
Yes,
They
and
didn't-
copyright law is lax.
Yeah, and they did not honor copyright laws. But it was like when I realized what I was listening to, I was wondering if I was about to cough up my own skull. Oh, I see. Of course, the Turkish spy movie with the incredibly great, crappy robot design has the 101 strings Wichita lineman for the seduction scene.
Yeah. It's a great song, after all.
Oh, it's a magnificent song. I've got a playlist of songs about work and labor and jobs, and it's got Place of Honor on that one.
There was a little dumb
Great songs.
documentary about the band REM. And in that documentary, at one point, they do a cover version of Wichita Lineman. And you don't get to see all of it, but you get to see most of it. And it's just jaw-droppingly beautiful. It's just an absolutely amazing rendition of it. And then eventually they put out like a B-side with it.
Nice.
And it's fine. Like, it's good. It's all right. But it's not like, and I'm not the only person who's had that experience. A lot of my other REM fan friends from back in the day were all like, no, that movie version was like, wow. So it's one of those things. It's sort of like a lost thing where you're like, was it really that good? Everyone agrees it was that good. Why doesn't it exist?
Like, yeah, that was that good.
Yeah. Why can't they recreate that in the studio version?
Mm.
Who did
Who
the
knows?
cat?
I'm drawing the cat.
Reflexively, I
Oh,
will
okay.
blame the producer.
Oh, yeah.
Cats
Well,
are
let's
harder
just
than
assume it
people.
was Jonathan Demme.
Producing the single?
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yes. No, glossing up tarting up the live version. Oh, that cat is super cute.
Thank you. It's the best I can do. I assume Jared did the jazzed up version of the dude coming out of the hole with the snake.
Yeah,
tongue.
I drew him a friend. I felt like it needed more snake people.
I like it a lot.
Always.
On evolution.
So what else have you been up to today, Nadia?
I was going to say, and specifically, Michael might be interested in this. I am reading a book because I think it's like someone around here or on the Take Your Pick mentioned it, and then I know Michael was talking about it on Take Your Pick. But I'm reading The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins.
Oh,
Which
right.
I had never read
yes.
before, and it is everything you want in a Victorian novel.
It's like a popcorn movie in a not like Victorian novel form, isn't it? Like,
so good. Yeah, it has like the crazy symbolism and the voluptuously overwritten sentences, but it also but it's like it moves along like it's a page turner. You want to know what happens next, and the characters are amazing. That's what I'm really enjoying. Is like his characterizations are just like, this person is so weird in such a specific way that I almost can't believe that they don't exist. And the woman who's based on George Eliot, as you mentioned, I can totally see that. And yeah, she's just a great character.
The woman in white.
Right. Apparently, he got like many letters asking if Marion was a real person, and if so, could he introduce like
right? If you want to be your friend, you read a book and you're like, I want to hang out with this person.
Or rather, we wanted to marry her.
When did it come out?
Like in the 1860s, I want to say.
Yeah, like 1869 or something, or 59, around then. Yeah.
Like, if I remember, it's been a long time since I read it. If I remember the book correctly, like Marion is like complimented by saying like, you have the body of a woman, but the brain of a man, and people are like, the ultimate.
Oh, that's so hot.
But she keeps saying like, I can't stand women.
Oh, yeah.
I like all women. I'm a bit of an idiot, or like she keeps putting women down. But at the same time, she also keeps saying things like, if only I wasn't a woman, I could like get on a horse and go for a ride right now. Sadly. That is not the case.
My feeble gender.
Right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's quite something. I am enjoying it.
I really loved our Victorian novel panel. I thought that was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun.
What a weird time.
I need to actually go through. Well, I need to hire an intern something to take a little bit of this off me, but I need to go through and tidy up the thing and put in all the time codes and everything and put it onto our website, as well as the last couple of these. I got a little bit. I got up to the first one where he didn't do the Jackbox. So I guess that was 2 weeks ago, but it's a lot. I tired.
Yeah, you.
So I need to give somebody else the keys to the YouTube kingdom to update that stuff for me. And then who knows? If anybody wants to take that on, that's cool. It's not hard.
Not it.
If Mikey wants to do it, that's cool. Because I know Mikey likes to re-listen to things again and again.
Comfort listen to things. It's like, oh, people I like talking. This will be a nice thing to do. And I also want to see how I came across because, I'm just a little vain.
What was I going to say?
I barely ever re-listen to podcast episodes because I'm just like, that's how I sound? Am I talking like that? I don't. Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I don't listen to ones that I'm on for sure. But Michael does, so it's always, I can sometimes hear my voice coming through the other room. Oh, that was what I was going to say. We so as part of a sort of late birthday present, we went to a bookstore the other day.
Oh,
which one?
In person. We went to Type, which was one of the ones that was open. And I picked up way too many books, but that's okay.
You went. Actually, they only allow 4 people in at a time. I sat in the park because I felt I would have been taking up someone else's spot. So,
but I did get you a book.
You did. Tori Amos's book.
Well, okay then.
She has a book that's called Resistance.
It's feudal.
Yes. I don't know. I haven't started reading it yet. I'm trying to dive into the Jor Perec that they just did on the Spouter.
W or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's short. It's not difficult. It's something that I'm told I would really like. And I am recording a new Dear Reader episode with Emily on Sunday, so I want to talk about it. Thank you. Thank you for your yay.
For heaven's sakes, I keep accidentally touching my knuckle to the iPad and causing huge streaks to appear. In fact, I think there's one. That's what that huge streak coming out of this guy I'm working on is.
I was wondering where that came from.
I didn't catch that was there. I'll have to erase some of it. Or not. Who knows?
I love the guy with the shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I assume that he was shooting at an energy beam.
Maybe he is.
Is he like fighting the porg thing or what?
No, he's just admiring his domain
Oh, okay.
so far.
You guys reading actual literature making me feel a little gauche. I got the book The Living Dead that George Romero wrote after he died.
Oh, after he died, he wrote it?
It came out this week, and he died in 2017. So I think it's pretty fitting.
Yeah.
I do hope it was written by Medium. That would be really good.
No, apparently he had like chapters and notes and fragments, and another writer named Daniel Krauss shaped it into an actual novel-length narrative. But
Any relation?
George Romero, I have to say, he wrote a book after he died.
Yes.
And so far, it's quite good. But so far, I'm only about 40 or 50 pages into a 650-page doorstop.
Oh, I keep meaning to get something to show it to you, well, some of you at least, mostly Jared. That doesn't look right. I'll go get it in a little bit.
Oh my god, the porg has grown.
The porg has, yeah, it has.
The porg is amazing.
Getting about a little easier.
Porg is my favorite.
I like this. I like that we have transmission lines going across the middle. And then,
well, you got to have a kaiju step onto those and have it spark. I mean, that's what they're there for, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh goodness! Oh, hold on. I don't like my cat's face.
Mikey, she's right behind me.
She doesn't understand English.
She
That's
also
worse.
just doesn't
That's
care
much
what
worse.
humans think first.
Whatever.
Oh, is it getting helicopter blades as well? Or... I think it should have a really impractical transportation, because that's what Star Wars is all about.
That does look super impractical. Maybe this should be a little like a little wire, like what with the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
But I think I will indeed go with Mikey's sense of it being sort of an explosive kind of thing.
His paladin beam. It's like when I absolutely ended that shadow creature at the very end of our last Dungeons and Dragons session.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It felt really good.
Nothing's better than that moment where you're like, I did the thing.
It's like, I'm gonna rush in. I'm gonna use like divine smite. So I'm like, okay, I smack, and it's like, oh, that does like 14 damage. And I'm like, plus 8 radiant damage, so 22. And then the DM was like, actually, these creatures are very weak against radiant damage, so 30. And I'm like, yes, I am
done.
A god. Or at least God's agent on Earth. So,
and if you pick the right god, that can work out pretty well.
I will be right back. Keep talking, everybody.
It's why I keep playing villains. It's the illusion of being effective.
Every time I start up a role playing game, particularly when I've played it a bunch of times, like, well, I'm gonna fuck around in Skyrim for a little bit. Like, this time I will be bad. And then 15 minutes later, I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I'm playing a villain, but I'm not playing a complete son of a bitch. I'm just playing somebody that doesn't help people. I'm not out there to actively harm them. And I was there as backup for a friend who couldn't get through a mission. So, like, I have somebody that I've spent a literal year on improving him, and you can tell. So it was like, okay, I've got these 2 giant robots that just wiped me out 4 times, and I just ran up and punched them into spare parts. Tell Star Bronson. He hits and it felt great to be like, oh, these are the giant robots that were giving you so much trouble, huh? Stomp, 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 stomp. The end.
So I don't know. I think I've mentioned this before. But, Jared, did you know, we'll have that back in a second, that I have this?
Ooh.
Is that in Spanish?
No,
Or-
keep guessing.
Oh,
Esperanto.
Portuguese?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Awesome.
Amazing.
It
He
was just-
would be so unhappy.
Is this a cursed book?
He didn't
was,
like Esperanto. So.
Yes, but I like the idea of this as an unholy object.
I think that's Klingon.
It was published in 2015, which is about when I picked it up.
Oh.
I have not really gotten too far into it, although I love. I mean, I don't. Oh, color.
Fancy.
Dang.
La Deserto de Smaug. But the subtitle, it's La Habito au Tien Kairen, which is fantastic. Like when I saw that, I was totally won over by the translation, which may actually be terrible. I have no idea. I haven't looked at it past the title page. But tien is the word, it's sort of like thither, right? To there. And it's a combination of the en ending, meaning in that direction, and the ti, which is the to. Oh, sorry, it's the there sort of indicator. Kai reen. So reen, kai is and. Reen, the same en ending, towards, but re is the same as like the English prefix re. So it's like as if there was a word like re-ither, like thither, hither, re-ither. So
Hither
from
and
back
yon.
again.
Yon is where I started out from.
So to there and back again, thither and re-ither.
Esperanto.
It's a really fantastic way of translating that. It's very, very Esperanto.
Very cool.
So we'll see if I poke about the rest of that at some point.
You read the first Harry Potter in Latin, right, Chris?
I did.
Yes. This is a
Got
thing.
that over there. Well, my plan before everything Harry Potter went to crap was that I was going to try to read each of the Harry Potter books in a different language.
Holy God.
And I did Latin first because, well, so I've also got our friend of the show, Jess, lent me or gave me, I'm never sure, but I have a copy in my possession that may or may not be permanent, the ancient Greek version of it. But my ancient Greek ain't that good. They only did the first book in ancient Greek. They did the first 2 books in Latin, though. So I thought, well, maybe I have to do one of those for my Latin because that's, a language that I can read theoretically, or could at one point.
You were pretty good at it at one point.
Yeah, no, I was pretty good at it at one point, but I haven't practiced in a while. But so it goes. So I read the first book in Latin after all, just to have done it already, and it was fine. I didn't really feel like reading more.
You don't have to. You never had to, but now you really don't have to.
Your plans are canceled, and that's okay.
One thing I'm legitimately still fascinated by is that apparently there are all these extra off-brand, illegitimate Harry Potter books written in Chinese. Because
oh, sure.
Right.
Because like the whole copyright thing just doesn't quite reach in there, and so there are all these like Harry Potter and the God knows what in Chinese. I'm very curious about what happens in those books.
Well, what happens in the books? All right. Should we at some point should we start a new canvas, or do you want to do something?
Screenshot this one because it's beautiful.
Screenshot it. All right. I think I can just export it if everybody's done.
I was just about to draw a planet in the sky, but that's okay. It can just be a white.
Finishing my balloon here.
Yeah, it's a very cute balloon.
9 and 9 saying love balloon.
Yeah.
I wound up doing that at karaoke, and I didn't realize that the last verse was going to be in German.
All the verses are in German.
Version. I took German in high school, so I could do most of the pronunciation, but I had literally zero idea what I was saying.
I used to hast du etwas Zeit für mich, dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons. I can't remember what the next one is. Oh well. But that was the only goal I had in learning German. I had to pass an exam in grad school. And I wanted to be able to at least memorize a bit of 99 Luftballons.
Nice.
And I did
Good
both.
goal to have.
Very nice. Have you ever heard the Credibility Gap's foreign novelty smash? It's in like made up goofy German.
Oh, I'm not sure. That sounds from the Credibility Gap is a comedy group from the 60s or something, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's where Michael McKean and Harry Shearer first met.
That's right. Yes.
Their big bit, to the extent that they had one, was a take on Who's on First organizing a rock festival with the Who, the Guess Who, and Yes. And the very ending punchline was just write the band names down. And the other guy going, if I could write, I wouldn't have had to steal this bit.
Heyo, meta. Okay, all right. Our mecha porg is getting filled in.
That's pretty rocking, man.
Well, one of us can draw.
There's a reason I haven't even picked up the brush.
That is a badass porg. Look at that.
But I like
Chris,
the cat thinking about fish.
If porgs were in Warhammer 40,000, that is what it would be.
I like the turtle who's having issues.
Porghammer 40K.
Have you seen that? I forget what it's called right now, but it's this YouTube series. This guy does it just like on his own. He animates it. It's Warhammer 40K, but it's a set of short films.
Okay.
Oh, it's incredible. Let me see if I can find the link because it's like.
The last thing I remember about 40K was a webcomic called Turn Signals on a Land Raider, where it sort of made fun of a lot of the this doesn't make a lot of sense stuff in 40K, and there's a lot of this doesn't make a lot of sense stuff in 40K. All I know about Warhammer 40K is from this little web series. Well, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war, and they basically steal from everything in order to give their future space armies different stuff. The space orcs basically are all like Mad Max garbage tech scroungers. So if you want that aesthetic, that's the army you take. They have a giant bug army. So that's what I played because hell yeah, giant bugs.
Is there like a human emperor that has to consume souls or something?
Yeah. The more you look into the backstory, the worse it is for literally everybody.
Okay.
I just put a link to it's a whole channel.
I will save that and put it elsewhere.
They're very short, but they're very beautiful.
One you can see.
Yeah, like there are no heroes. The closest thing to good guys are 7-foot tall space Nazis that want to exterminate all non-human life.
What are they called?
Space Marines.
Oh, okay.
Or if you're playing against them, Space Morons.
Heyo.
PG trash talk is a hallmark of Warhammer. And then if you don't want to play the really juiced up, like 7-foot tall, genetically engineered combat monsters, they have a regular old human army, and that's basically a World War I simulator. You just put 1,000 guys on the table and they die.
Okay.
It's the Imperial Guard, and like their tactics basically make the Soviet Union in World War II look sane. But they have the cool tanks and machines and things. And if you find an aesthetic you like and a tactic you like, there's some army out there that you can spend about $900 on. I played the fantasy version because for the space version I had giant bugs. For the fantasy version I had lizard men. Because of course.
Huh. Is this a different? I said new. Oh, it's giving me a new URL. Okay, we're going to a new URL for the new drawing. Fair enough. Okay.
I enjoy drawing, even though I am a spirited amateur. There we go.
Oh, go for it. Have fun. It is fun to have fun.
That's a tautology I can get behind.
Yeah.
It's not true, but it's
noted fun hater.
Back in my Warhammer days, I had to decide if I play to win, I'm going to have an awful time every time I lose, which was a lot.
Tim, what is something you would like to see someone, let's say Jared, Draw.
You've been voluntold.
How about an alien landscape, like a science fiction paperback cover landscape?
Okay.
All right.
Is this just me now? Is this?
You'll start.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody wrote a novel that takes place on Mars, or Jupiter before we knew that it was a liquid.
Trouble on Titan.
That is a book.
It is. I vaguely know what it's about.
What do you think it's about?
It's Samuel Delaney, right? It's like Titan is like this libertarian society that's like kind of broken off from Earth, and like everything is possible for the people who live there. There's all kind of like you can change your gender, you can change your body, all kinds of cool things. Basically, from what I understand, if I could design a world, it would be that.
Yeah, close enough.
Oh, like what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just going in to have some wings grown. Next time you see me, I'll have like a 6-foot wingspan. It's gonna be cool.
You might be surprised, Flynn, that there may be problems with this world.
Nope. No problems.
It's like the
no
Grand
problem
Canyon so far.
Oh, now I'm thinking about Spaceman Spiff, Calvin and Hobbes comic.
That is definitely an inspiration here.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah.
How are you finding the tools, Jared?
They're okay.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they are.
It is a thing that you can use to share with people online that's running in your browser that you're interacting with.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean, like for what it is, it's actually really, really good. It's just like
this is like detailed internet finger painting.
I learned about opacity towards the very end of our first drawing. So.
It's true. They've got all the things. All the sliders. Oops, that's not what I want.
Georges Perec.
Have you started the book yet, Mikey?
No. I thought I would, and then I didn't. Good story. Since we're taking tomorrow off, take your pick, and it's also a rest day from the gym for me, I'm thinking that I'll just read it tomorrow. I might even put on my face mask and go sit in a coffee shop for a little bit and read, just because that's something that I can do. I won't stay very long, but
in a coffee shop.
Yeah. Now that we're on phase 3, the tables are spaced very far away from each other. They're nowhere near the capacity of the old ones. Like when you go down to the Starbucks that's by the Loblaws, there's like 5 tables. Like that's it. Like it's still mostly empty space. But like,
ooh, Killer Sky.
Tango Palace has 3 tables set up, so like, yeah, nice. you can sit in now. They ask you to like limit your stay to 30 minutes because obviously there's like 3 tables.
Yeah,
but like, I might just do it for the sake of doing it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I assume that there are still places that have like outdoor seating and such.
I went to get a burger after the gym today, and I sat on the benches where we waited for Alice and Tristan, and ate it.
Oh yeah.
It's like out in the beaches. Well, Jared, I don't know what that means.
It's fine.
Nadia knows what it means. The public library that's out in the beaches has just a beautiful park right next to it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they've got a lot of when I was in the East End a couple weeks ago, I noticed they have a lot of the sidewalk seating set up, like where the restaurant has taken over like the whole sidewalk and part of the road, and they've got tables set up.
Both the Danforth and Queen East are kind of like reduced to 1 lane each way, and like I love it. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's like everywhere is a sidewalk bistro now. It's
exactly.
And I don't want it to go back.
I know.
Next week.
I had to tab over to look at that.
Fair enough.
Oh wow! Here
nice.
comes something.
Yes. At some point, will this become collaborative, or are we just letting Jared take the
I'm not touching it. I will ruin everything that I put a single pixel on.
I'm just enjoying the colors.
Well, I think Michael, maybe you'll do the next one.
Oh Lord, okay, sure. That will be just great.
It doesn't have to necessarily be a whole scene like this, but maybe it could be.
I mean, frankly, I prefer to receive instructions than to freestyle. Freedom is petrifying.
That's true. Jared, what have you been reading?
Chris, do you have the giant bag of wine?
I do. Your parents said I should start drinking it. So I've got the giant jelly bean bag of wine that they gave us a long time ago, and it's not the best wine ever. But we were going to save it for a big party, and then parties stopped happening for some reason. So, and they were like, "You really need to drink that. We'll get you another one." I'm like, "Yeah,
there will be more wine."
I'm not
planning on drinking the entire bag tonight. Well, let's be clear.
In a little bit of time, I'm going to come upstairs and get a glass myself. But
sure,
not right now because you just asked Jared what he's been reading, and I wanted to hear the answer. So.
Yeah.
I just finished my yearly reread of Jane Austen.
Of all of Jane Austen?
All of Jane Austen.
Dang.
Including the juvenilia and stuff, or just the main novels?
Oh, just the main novels. I don't have the juvenilia.
Which is your favorite?
Oh God, I don't even know. I like them all.
Was there anyone that was particularly resonant for you this year?
Mansfield Park.
Huh.
Being stuck inside, being very meek and stuck inside is
resenting the idiots who are daring to have fun.
Pretty much.
It's a look. When my mother passed and I was going through her library, the Jane Austen collection that she had consisted of 3 copies of Sanditon, one of which was with other juvenilia. But for some reason, she had bought Sanditon 3 times and no other Jane Austen. She must have picked it up and thought, "Oh, this looks interesting."
Sanditon isn't even. That's like the one she died while she was writing. Right?
Yeah, I don't think it's juvenilia.
I don't think she finished it. I mean, I don't think my mother finished it. I don't think that Good God, Jane Austen finished it. No, but
I'm looking this up now. An unfinished novel by Jane Austen. She got sick and she stopped working on it.
Typical.
And then she died. Yeah. It was she began working on it in the same year that she died. So yeah.
One of the problems that you find with Drawfee and other internet drawing fun times is that if you try to make a book cover, I mean, very few books are landscape.
Well, if it had that cool wraparound thing, the title's on the right half of it, and then the left half is where they put all the quotes from Stephen King.
Yeah. So this machine eyeball thing in the middle, that would be on the spine?
That would be the spine, yeah. It would be
That would be a great spine.
All right. Well, then if that's happening, you need to think about what's going to go on the front.
This is where the DJ talks. Don't say anything.
There's going to be some...
What goes on the front is the author's name and the book title.
You're going to have the book title goes here, but there needs to be some object to catch the eye. Well, maybe not, though.
Whatever the machine eye is looking at down there. So I'm assuming a cat.
This is an Eye of Sauron sort of situation.
It could very well be. I don't know, man. I want more science in my fiction. He said, knowing he was going to read a 600-page zombie apocalypse novel. Oh, I'm also, I now have all of the Parker novels from Richard Stark, and those are basically criminal procedurals.
Okay.
They're super hard-boiled pulp about a theft planner who, his one saving grace, he's basically a sociopath who steals things and money because it's easier than getting a straight job. Mm-hmm. But he never double crosses the people he's working with. If they double cross him, then it's go time. But otherwise, he just assumes everybody will contribute to the effort, and they split up the money at the end. like everybody agreed. But it's the other people who are not pros that screw it all up over and over again.
Oh, yes. Very good.
The Mel Gibson movie Payback and the Lee Marvin movie Point Blank are both adaptations of the first novel.
I love this person with the cloak blowing behind them.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I love
See, so there's something for the Mecha Eye of Sauron to be looking at.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. There's 16 Parker novels. Then there was like a 20-year gap and the writer started doing more of them. But me being me, he just isn't the kind of character that belongs in a .com world. He belongs in like a period piece with tail fins on the cars and no security cameras or DNA tests anywhere. Because otherwise the crimes aren't going to work.
That's true. You got to make sure the crimes work.
Well, if you're
First rule
writing
of crime
fiction, you probably should have an idea of how the crimes will work. And those are all as Richard Stark. Under his real name, Donald Westlake wrote a comedy heist series with a character named Dortmunder, who he's the plan guy. He's the plan guy, and his plans are always perfectly fine, but then at first only the little things go wrong, and it snowballs into a disaster. So those, like his fellow crime gang people, they're pacifists. They don't use guns, partly because they're not very good at using guns, and partly because if you get caught and you don't have a gun, they punish you a lot less than if you get caught and you do. So Dortmunder's sort of like the silly version of planning things out, and and Parker is the serious version of planning things out.
What do you think?
I love the eyes. Breaking the fourth wall.
That's pretty damn great.
I just felt it needed a duck.
Space duck.
Fair enough.
Duck in space.
What do we think the name of this novel is?
I'm gonna redo my duck.
Let's see. It's on a desert world.
Uh-huh.
Dune is taken.
So I hear.
Yeah. 8 or 10 times, I believe.
At least.
What the heck's going on here?
I kind of want to
There we
get
go.
some sort of weird pun in there, like Parchment Planet.
Ooh, there's other space.
There's another space eyeball.
I'm so
10
bad.
billion grains of sand.
Titles are so hard.
They are.
Stand in my
Like-
pockets like grains of stars.
Like, is this current, or is it a reprint from something from the 30s or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, what is it?
The machines of God.
Could be.
His unholy engines.
Mecha deity. Or, it's like somebody's public domain painting of a public domain book where it's like they got the rights to reprint something that was one of the Lensman books from the 20s. And it's just like, we've decided this is what Lensman looks like.
This is the lens.
Yeah. Well, it could be a lens. Yeah. Do any of you guys read John Scalzi's blog? It's just
I
called
read his
Whatever.
novels, but I have only occasionally read his blog. Yeah.
He had an entry today about how the canon of science fiction is actually not important, except to a bunch of angry Generation X geeks who think you need to read a bunch of stuff from the 20s. Like anybody who's into sci-fi now got into it from YA books, not from Isaac Asimov.
Sure. This is very post Hugo's, I imagine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What did
I
they-
can remember somebody somewhere asking, like, what name was he even mentioning from a speech? And it was A.E. Van Vogt.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't know that that's what they like, it's 2 initials and a Dutch last name. Hearing somebody go, "Ivan va," like, what exactly was he saying?
So did we decide on a name for this one?
I mean, I was bellowing out
to your skin. Yeah,
I'm wearing my Muse tour T-shirt that I got when I saw them last year. So I'm like, I'm feeling kind of grandiose space opera punch God in the face.
Yeah.
So you roboted out for a second when you said whatever it was. What did you say?
Which just then?
What is the name of the novel?
Oh, I said, let's see. It was the engines of God, the machines of God, his unholy engines, things along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the author's name?
It's probably Derek something. Derek Van Vogt.
There you go. Something hard and Germanic sounding.
Yeah.
I've decided the duck is a petroglyph.
That is a good interpretation. I approve.
The oceans of Blimpglorf. There are no oceans. Re-terraforming the planet is the entire plot. It's like Red Mars. What was it? Red Mars, Green Mars, or Green Mars, Blue Mars?
I think it's red, blue, green, but
red, blue, green. Okay.
I think.
Is this a document?
You're right.
Somehow missed.
It's Kim Stanley Robinson's books, which I have also not read.
I read
Red
Mars like 20 years ago. Please do not ask me to hum the theme song, but I remember it being quite good.
1 Mars, 2 Mars, Red Mars, Dead Mars.
Blue Mars. Maybe this is the novelization of The American Astronaut.
Oh, this is like well, my brain died.
The Assemblers of Titan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Although
the Assemblymen of Titan.
Titan has lakes of liquid methane.
Yeah, but this is before they
power
knew that.
source. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. No, but I mean, it's cool. It's the only other body in the solar system that has bodies of liquid on its surface.
Right. And if it turns out that 3-phase matter, like having something that at various points will be solid, liquid, or gas, is a prerequisite for life, there could be life there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which would be totally rad until it kills us.
Tim, do you also listen to astronomy YouTube videos as a way to fall asleep? Because that's not what I do.
No, that was in maybe The Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan. Just like there was a chapter about trying to extrapolate from what we know, with Earth being one data point, about how life might develop elsewhere, and then also about how the speed of light means whatever else is out there, we're probably never going to meet it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
maybe
cool
for the
about
best.
the 3-phase matter thing with possibly being a prerequisite of life.
Is this done now?
I'm just going until somebody tells me to stop.
Okay, you can stop in. Yeah. Give me a second. But you can stop if you'd like, or please stop.
I was just cleaning up
Is there
some
a
white
safe
spots.
word for this?
No, that's fine. I'm just because I'm going to export it now.
Okay.
And excellent. And then I'm going to do a new file, and then Mikey or Nadia or both of you, who do you want to do next?
Well, I only take requests.
Yeah, we'll figure out a request, but
let me muddle around. It'll be amusing.
okay.
Okay. What do you want to see?
Nadia, what do you want Mikey to draw? Or no, Jared, you can choose if you want. Unless you had something.
You get to take.
I want to see some woman in white fan art.
Oh, geez. Oh God.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
hold on.
Yeah.
All
Make
right.
a book cover for the woman in white. Spine and all.
Can I draw a line?
I seriously have
draw
no
a
idea how
line?
to do this.
You can draw a square and then make it really skinny.
I'm just wondering because I want to do like perspective here. Yeah, like so. But then I want to be able to do like a diagonal. That's not going to work. Let's just freehand this.
Sure.
What? Oh god,
Somehow-
he's still down.
I'm trying to figure out how this works, and I've somehow just managed to hide all of my controls. I don't know how to get them back.
Control Z.
Just refresh, maybe.
I'll try refreshing.
Oh wait, forgot. This is like a one.
What? Okay. I super didn't do that. No idea why Camera Raw is opening up. That's not a key I hit.
Abort.
Whoa. What is going on? No, I don't. I really don't want this right now. Thank you. Fine, get started. If that means if I have to hit get started in order to get out of it. Good God. Okay, we're good. We're good now. No! Who put that? All right, it turns out it's Command Shift A if your brain is getting a little excited and doing just Shift or Command A to select all and Shift for the copy thing. Anyway.
All right. Oh god, I got a free hairstyle draw like Victorian dress. This is going to be a nightmare.
I just wanted to tell you good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's just do this real sketchy.
Yeah. Don't it's just lunch.
Oh, that's such a big line.
Is this going to break you? Did I pick something that's going to break
Oh,
you?
well, I'm already broken.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
That ship has sailed. I don't know how to get my line thickness back.
Oh yeah, I lost that at some point too.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it came back. Somehow it came back.
That's terrible. I can do this. Just don't do it in one. I have a bad habit of like drawing very long lines, so if it goes wrong at the end, I have to undo it all, which is frustrating. Let's just get this elegant neck, and then
swan-like neck.
Oh, indeed.
I don't seem to be able to draw anything. It doesn't want to let me draw.
Do you have your own layer?
Do I have my own layer? It's not telling me you don't have a layer, which it was before. I have layer number 2.
Okay, it looks like you're drawing, but it looks like Mikey has. So it looks like Mikey has put in a big white thing that is covering up your drawing. So you would need to.
Oh, my layer is under the. Oh, okay.
Right. So you need to move your layer up if you want to be able to see that. Mikey's so rude.
I am.
There's a little up and down next to. I don't know where your layer went. Oh, you deleted everything. Yeah. So there is, if you up maybe next to the. Hold on.
A higher layer.
There should be, if I could find everything. All right, is this the one that? Yes. So should theoretically here, if you see where my pointer is on the screen, there should be a little up and down page thing.
Okay.
If there isn't, then just hit this button above the trash can.
Okay.
And that should give you a new layer, and hopefully that layer is on top of one of the.
Layer number 6. Okay.
No, it's still underneath Mikey's layer. Click on. Okay. Click on one of. I don't know what to tell you. There's layer 6. Can you access layer 5 now? Maybe if you double click on it.
No.
Or layer 6.
I can't do anything.
Oh no.
Aw, jeez.
Okay, I just left layer 5. If you right click on layer 5 at the top, It might tell you that you can own
Ah,
layer.
there we go. Yes.
There you go. Okay. Woo. Now, while you set that all up, Mikey's doing a lovely job here with his forced perspective, although I'm not sure what he thinks is going to be on the front of this book.
Oh, it's a book cover. It was fan art. I was told someone about
Oh, okay. You can just make fan art. That's fine. But in terms of book covers, while you're working on that, I just wanted to show you. It just came fresh off the presses.
That's amazing.
I want to see what is it.
It's a real beast of a novel, I have to say.
I also can't see what you're holding up now.
I'm not holding anything up. Look on the screen.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
That's genuinely glorious. Thank you.
That is very good. Yes.
Did you read the blurbs?
Hint words.
I totally thought A.E. Van Vogt was alive. I don't know
Is
who
he?
I'm thinking.
I
Maybe.
I don't know who he is. I thought he was alive. I don't know. I knew he was an author.
He died in 2000.
Okay.
He's a Canadian author who wrote such books as oh boy. The Voyage of the Space Beagle,
Okay.
The Mind Cage, Empire of the Atom, The Wizard of Lynn,
Okay.
Rogue Ship, The Silky. Mikey, isn't a silky one of your words?
No? Are you thinking about a silky? That's an Irish thing, but we don't really have them because we eat seals. We don't think they're people.
Oh, I see.
Or you might just be a humanitarian.
And there was a book that was called Future Glitter, which was later republished as like Tyrannopolis.
No, put it back as Future Glitter.
I know. I don't know what it's out as now.
Yes, please.
Anyway, he's Canadian. He's a part of our heritage.
The other day I found some glitter on my face. I don't know where it came from. I don't have anything glittery here. I'm forced to assume that it just spontaneously generated.
Now, remember, this is supposed to be Woman in White fan art and not Wuthering Heights video fan art.
The Woman in White is like a farcical version. Well, no, it's not. They're not actually very similar at all. But like the Woman in White is super gothic, but in a way that's like over the top and funny. Like,
Is it like intentionally? Is it satirical, or is it just like is it poking fun at gothic novels? Or what's
it's not satirical, but he definitely has a sense of humor.
It's pulp, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why my lightning is just a unitary thing. Lightning has forks. I learned that in school, and I've seen it with my eyes. I know it's true.
Is this big person with the bird part of it, or is this?
Oh yeah.
Nadia? Okay.
Well, I mean, Nadia is doing that, but like that's also from the book. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, she added a duck to the other one, so I don't know if she's on a bird cage.
The woman in white is dancing with me.
What happened?
Oh, he teleported.
That's one of his many powers.
I wouldn't put it past him at the stage of the book I'm in now.
God,
Nobody here.
Actually.
It's just
Oh,
you
right.
and me.
When I was doing the lightning, I just forgot it was an art. Ah!
That yeah.
Turtlenecks of the Victorian era.
There we go. That's better.
I could be able to take your
And
picture.
it's royal turtlenecks of the Victorian era.
Sorry, I thought that was an enclosed space and isn't.
Fiasco!
Woman in white, dancing with me. Sorry. Once I start, there's no stopping me, really.
Oh, do you know Shambhalor?
No.
Alas. It's an insane doo-wop song. The Cramps covered it, and their version isn't as weird as the original.
Oh. Who's drawing now? There's 3 people. Chris, is this you?
I think it's Basky.
I was about to create a shadow coming from behind my woman at the window, but now you're doing a thing. Oh, it is a cat. Wonderful. Well, I can still do my shadow.
There we go. Yes.
Make that brush bigger.
If you want to be true to the novel, it should be a dying spaniel.
Wow.
Oh my god. I feel like completely overshadowed by Jared's skills.
No,
No, it's fine. I don't feel bad about my life or my choices. It's just I'm like, I don't know how to do very basic things.
I've been training my whole life for this moment, so it's fine. What is the cat dreaming of?
The dying dog.
The dying spaniel.
Electric sheep.
How far back can I undo? I mean, I guess I could just use that.
So yeah, it's literally been about 15 years since I read this book.
Okay.
It's very, very fun. I'm just remembering when Marion is introduced and the main dude comes up.
Yes.
She's standing and she's looking at him with her back to the narrator. And the narrator is like, holy God. She's like, perfect. Like, oh my God, such a tiny waist and a graceful neck and such a fine figure. And what a sexy lady. And then she turns around and like, wah!
She's ugly. He literally says in like block letters, the lady was ugly.
Aw, she's ugly.
Like, it's shock.
Got a rotten bod, but oh boy.
So it's the Victorian literature version of the cartoon character turning around and going, "Oh man!"
It really is. Yeah.
God, I keep thinking these are enclosed spaces and they're not.
Is the spaniel bleeding out of the thought bubble?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to confirm that's what I was seeing.
Oh my goodness. I thought I could do so much more with the details, and I am not.
No, you can zoom in if you need to.
No, that's okay. I'm just sort of oh wait, I saw the whole thing out the window. I totally forgot about the window. Let's do Project Outside.
No. Ah! God damn it. Stop switching browser windows.
Oops. So has anyone else other than Chris read anything by Perec?
Yes. I have several prerequisites
No.
that I want to read, and the one that I have read is the one where he basically just sits in a square in Paris for a month and writes down every single thing that happens.
An attempt at exhausting a
Yes,
square in Paris or whatever it's called. Yeah. I've read a version of that, but I have the book version that came out a few years ago, but I haven't read it yet.
What does density mean?
Give it a try. That is some real dramatic lighting coming off of her.
Oh wow!
Nice.
All right, hold on.
Ah!
Stop trying to use the fill button.
It's so handy. It's a poison chalice, apparently. Just need to learn to draw freehand. Gross. Oh. Dead tree, dead tree, dead tree.
Yes.
Dead ground, dead ground. I just remember certain scenes. I also remember the one where like she goes out on like the outer part of a mansion to like listen in through a window at the villains, but it's like a rainy night and she ends up like getting a really bad cold.
I haven't read I'm only like halfway through it, so don't.
I'm sorry. I guess I don't remember the context. I don't remember the content of what she hears. Just like she goes spying in like out like in a gothic mansion on a rainy night. Like like gets cold and wet, and then like gets sick because of it. So.
Okay, well that's not too much of a spoiler because she's done a fair bit of like lurking around outside the windows, the convenient like French windows.
If was a detective. That's exactly what the book is.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, that's it. It's like when it is, among other things, an early detective novel.
So apparently Wilkie Collins doesn't remember writing. I can't remember if it's The Moonstone or The Woman in White. One of his two famous novels. He has no memory of writing it because he was such a drug addict.
Oh my god!
Constant terror of going outside of his house because he believed that there was someone a doppelganger that he called Ghost Wilkie, and that if he ever ran into Ghost Wilkie, he would die. Like Ghost Wilkie would take his life somehow.
Wow.
I mean, he was like a protege of Dickens, but like kind of like Dickens, like more fun goth, like kid brother. I feel.
Is that a blood splatter on the wall? What's happening?
I cannot say. The wall is blushing, certainly.
Oh.
More or less finished
kind of
on
house.
the count. I gotta add something else in here. Nice.
Amazing.
I think we've crossed over into a different author who doesn't remember writing one of his books. Was it Cujo? I think he said it like.
Oh yeah, because of the cocaines he did.
Yeah,
I think
because of all the stupid cocaine.
I
that would explain a lot about Cujo.
Yeah.
Sure wish he didn't do all those cocaines.
Hey, you did it.
But
you filled in what I thought was the area you were trying to fill in.
Well, okay then.
I'm just trying to change her dress.
Just do that by hand.
Oh,
or make a masking layer, and
I don't know what I'm masking.
Sure.
I know.
There's got to be a tool for that.
I was like, where the hell are my brush options? Kyle, I need my brushes. I want to make some splatters.
I barely use any brushes aside from the basic ones. I feel like I should explore them more, but I always forget to.
Historians loved green dye because they just discovered it.
And when they died from it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like
Paris green, man, it'll get you.
I'm thinking about the radioactive paint that they use.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever read The Only Harmless Great Thing?
No.
It's a novella. It's a sci-fi novella. It's about the Radium Girls, but also elephants, and it's really good.
Well,
everybody needed a dramatic shadow.
Yeah, of course. Never be too much drama. Not for the woman in white, I tell you.
Yeah, seriously.
Ghost!
What the hell was that?
What the? Am I below your layer? Oh, I am.
No.
Okay.
Hardness. What does that mean?
Mikey, if you don't know by now.
I walked into that one.
Wah, wah, wah.
Maybe it's like
Yes.
the Mohs mineral scale of hardness for the brush, but I don't know how that would translate to what you're doing here.
Hard edges.
Hmm.
This is so fucking silly. Oh my god.
I think it's pretty great.
I hope this is what you wanted, Jared.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay, I think I had to throw in the towel. It could be done, but I'm like, this is very silly.
I just wanted to give a little booty to our boy.
Nice.
I'm glad
There we
you
go.
did that.
I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I couldn't do it without making him completely disappear.
The original novel is very male gazy. Let's just turn it around.
Just queer the classics.
Oh, whatever.
All right, great. We've got our woman in white fan art.
Awesome. Yeah, I smell crossover.
Absolutely.
Apparently, like, it was such a runaway success. It was like a blockbuster. Like, there was woman in white merchandise. Like buy.
Like
That's
what? Or do
fantastic.
you
Like, I don't know, like fans and like stuff like that. Like branded material, woman in white branded material.
I was hoping you could get like whatever, like the white dress or whatever the white refers
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. I don't remember very much about the actual woman in white. She's mysterious. She's not like one of the main characters.
Oh,
So
of course
she shows
not.
up. She shows up every now and then to kind of throw things into to be a symbol, essentially, to be a symbol and a Hitchcockian double for one of the main characters.
Okay. Have you seen the Kate Beaton comics where she does like she takes Edward Gorey book covers and draws comics about what she thinks the book is
Oh
about?
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, the woman in white is one of them,
Oh yeah.
and she's just like, there goes that woman in white, and like that's the comic. If I remember correctly, I may not.
It is something like that. I have a vague memory of it. It's like
I've got two of her collections. Hold on, I may be able to hold one up near the microphone.
I think I've now invited you to come to the new drawing.
Yay!
I don't know if it's going to work.
Oh,
It doesn't seem to have worked for me.
Umbalor.
There's the link in the chat.
There it is. Okay.
woman.
Well, it was on your. It should have been on your screen, but so it goes.
Wine.
Oh yeah. Come on up. It's my turn to draw, I guess.
Oh, I found the Heart of Vagrant that I was.
Oh
thinking
yeah.
of.
And if you want to give me the URL, I can pop it on the screen.
I just threw it in the.
Oh, there it is.
I feel like there must be another one because I remember something about it being a little more basic, like, oh my god, a woman in white, but I don't. This isn't it. So.
Oh yes, the Edward Gorey book covers.
Yeah, those and the Nancy Drew ones are some of my favorites that she's done.
Oh my god, did you hear that?
She made a lot of noise. This is not even going to be legible because it's such a large comic, but let's see if it works.
Thank you, Chris.
Boop. Not really. My
Right there in the middle.
spilling all over everything.
It's not my fault.
It is. It's your fault. No. Pain. If I'm going to draw, I need a suggestion.
Of course, there's also a web page. Never mind.
Well, it's not super legible, so if you could hold up the thing to the camera, it's probably better.
I'll try to find it.
Oh god, a ton of sirens. What is happening?
Welcome to Ypsilanti.
It's actually fairly rare for.
I haven't found it yet.
Well, if Mikey drew last, then he should suggest something, shouldn't he?
Oh, that's true. That's going to be bad. Let me get my brush ready.
Where did he go? I was busy looking.
He came up to get some wine.
Oh.
Oops, that's not what I want. Oh my God, that's certainly not what I want. The undo button is right near a tab.
Oh.
That's a bit too much. Why is it so?
Algorithms evolve.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
All right. Hello.
Hi, Mikey. It's your turn to give me a suggestion.
Oh, heavens. Please draw for me Captain Newfoundland.
Captain what?
Captain Newfoundland.
Oh, Captain Newfoundland.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, he is.
I mean, you can go to town with his background, you know.
Why don't you explain the background to everybody?
Well, okay. So this is an invention of Jeff Sterling, who's kind of like Newfoundland's Howard Hughes, that he sort of ran the media empire back home. The main radio station, the main television station, and a weekly TV guide-style magazine were all under his empire. But he was also a complete kook, and he had a lot of New Age beliefs, which he used these platforms to expound. And one of them was that Newfoundland was the last little bit of the continent of Atlantis that had not sunk.
Ooh.
So Captain Newfoundland is, I never paid close attention to the mythos. I don't remember if he's like a surviving Atlantean or something, but like Newfoundland is like a cosmic gateway to like a higher plane of enlightenment or something like that. So oftentimes the art will have sort of like a vague, like both futuristic but also sort of high-tech ancient past kind of vision of Atlantis in the background, you know, glimmering spires and things like that. And he wears like a flowing cape and a cowl, and like the outline of the island of Newfoundland is in place of his face.
So he looks like Rorschach. But
yeah, kind of.
That's an interesting design choice.
Someday they will scream, "Save us!" and I will look down and whisper, "No, eh?"
They don't really say "a" in Newfoundland.
Well, no. Captain Canada is Captain Newfoundland's sidekick, which is a delightful flip.
That's fantastic.
Geopolitical reality. So, because we were not part of Canada until 1949, and it was a very contentious and close thing that we ever became part of the country. So this is kind of a weird kind of like, actually, Newfoundland and Canada were both distinct national entities, and it's more of a merger. And we were the senior partner, so like we should be the main dude, and Canada could be the sidekick, even though it's 60 times the population.
if Newfoundland hadn't joined Canada, would they be a separate country in the Commonwealth by now, or what was the plan?
They were beforehand.
Yeah. So basically, around like we were on the same path as Canada and Australia and New Zealand and the other sort of white
Colonies.
dominions. Yeah, the white colonies.
Yeah.
So
Well.
we were basically there's a Statute of Westminster that was passed in 1933, which gave Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the Irish Free State, South Africa, and Newfoundland basically total autonomy, and that the Parliament in the UK can no longer make laws that affect our internal affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year after that, Newfoundland collapsed because we had a lot of debt from a war and a railway that never ever worked out for us. And so the UK was like, well, we'll take you back on as a colony. But they decided that there would be no more elections. There would be a council of 6 bureaucrats that were appointed by the Parliament in Westminster, 3 British and 3 Newfoundlanders. And they just basically, it was a dictatorship by committee. It was run out of the top floor of the nicest hotel in St. John's. And it was like that for about 15 years. The idea was when Newfoundland became financially self-sustaining once again, we would just go back to our Dominion status as, we had been. So that happened during World War II, but obviously there were more important things on the plate.
Mhm.
So after the war was over, then it was kind of like, what do we do? And rather than just giving Newfoundland its autonomy back again, because they figured we would just fuck things up again, they were like, oh, well, we'll hand them the keys and we'll just drive it right into the ditch once more. They were like, hey, Canada, you interested in this? And now that all the papers have been desecretized, that's the word I want.
Declassified.
Yeah,
Declassified.
declassified.
It's kind of like they initially offered Canada to take Newfoundland and Labrador, and they were like, no, we don't want them. They're nothing but trouble. And then they made the offer again. And at this point, massive iron ore deposits had been found in Labrador. And Canada said, if the price of getting Labrador is taking Newfoundland, we will do that. So there were two referendum. The first one, the options were to keep things with that weird dictatorship by committee, to go back to our self-government as it had been prior to 1934, or to become a province of Canada. And going back to the state of things as they had been in the 30s was actually the winner, but it didn't win more than 50%. So they struck the least popular from the ballot, and they had a second referendum, and becoming a province of Canada got about 52%, and returning to our self-government was about 48%. So yeah, that's how we became a province.
Huh.
And it's very contentious. Like, lots of people did not want it to happen, and both of my parents were not born in Canada. Like, became Canadians when they were like children. They went to bed one night and they woke up the next morning and they were Canadians.
Wow.
It's totally bonkers. I remember taking a political history seminar at my last year of my undergraduate, which was focused on this. And it's kind of like, it's the most bizarre form of 20th century government, and no one knows about it. It's like, yeah, they didn't have elected suspended democracy, and they just appointed 6 bureaucrats to run the place for 15 years. Okay,
Why not?
why not? And the funny thing is, they did a pretty decent job. It's how we got
So you got what?
hospitals.
Oh.
This is the thing. If we didn't join Canada, we would have become a small independent Commonwealth Dominion kind of place, but we would be dirt fucking poor, child mortality rates, tuberculosis rates, the rate of illiteracy. These were all super duper not good in the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even with the iron deposits in Labrador, you wouldn't have been.
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We have a great history of squandering our chance. Oh, well, we have all these wonderful natural resources. Why don't we pay someone to take them away?
Michigan did that same kind of thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michigan's history is sort of exhausting the inexhaustible resources over and over and over and over. Iron mining, lumber, fur trapping, and automotive manufacture, which is this will be around forever. Oh crap.
Infinite prosperity.
Yeah. So I found the Hark Vagrant and trimmed it down and put it in the Slack. So if people want to actually read the Woman in White Hark Vagrant has been trimmed down and put
see it.
Oh my god.
Very good.
Right now, because it's been far too long.
The punchline kind of reminds me. There's a webpage called something like Those Monkeys You Ordered, and It's people doing literal captions to New Yorker cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like something like a therapist, and there's a guy on the couch, but the guy on the couch is an Easter Island head, and the caption is just, I am a therapist for a giant Easter Island head. And because they're so literal and so obvious, they are delightful.
I like how Chris is actually using layers the way they're meant to be used.
It's the only thing I know.
It's at monkeysYouOrdered.com.
Let me get. I made a boo boo.
I like,
the monkeys you ordered.
although what I assume is meant to differentiate his head from his neck, I'm reading as a giant smiling mouth.
That's true.
He's that cheerful superhero.
Oops.
He doesn't miss Atlantis.
No.
Who would?
City of Newfies.
Careful with that word.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I always try to gauge intent.
Oh, is it actually like?
Well, it was two syllables. So, City of Heroes, City of Villains, City of People Who Are from Newfoundland is way too long.
Oh, yes. It depends who you ask. It's better to, it's safer to just assume no, don't use it. But like a lot of people from home are fine with it. And a lot of people don't like it. I'm kind of in the don't like it camp. So, but like I said, I always try to gauge intent. It's like, oh, they don't mean any harm. They don't know any better. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
No, I'm ignorant, not malicious.
Indeed.
I don't
Hey,
think
a
there's
cartoon for you guys.
I don't think there's anything comparable for people from Washington. I know you like. There's derogatory words for other parts of the country, but I don't know about people from where I am.
Is there a strong sense of like Washingtonian cultural identity?
There's two strong senses of Washingtonian cultural identity. There's Western Washington, where I live, which is the liberal, coffee swilling, organic farming thing, and then the eastern half of the country is the Republicans. So it's very different because the eastern half is the desert. It's where the big farms are. It's like you can go there to camp and do touristy stuff, but they're also like really right wing and weird. I'm sure they think we're weird too. But this is the side with the fishing and that, like the more stereotypically Washingtonian stuff is on the west.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. Are you happy, Mikey?
I am. I like
That's pretty great.
The space in there. That's very good. It was a Newfoundland thing or like a gym thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna make Chris draw muscles.
Fair enough. Thank you for not making me draw muscles.
The thing
They're so much fun to draw, though.
Bubble people.
Compared to maps, I don't know about that.
It's just a map of the body.
Who wants to draw next?
We can do something else as well.
We can. We got a half an hour. We can switch over to a game or something. Like
I'm in the game mood now that I'm liquored up.
I just want to make people read captions for film, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's
for that.
if we could, if only that were like separable from the rest of the.
Yeah.
But we can play it. It's totally a thing we know how to do.
Well, there's 5 of us here. We can get a majority vote, or we could split into factions.
Insurrection time.
That's all true. There it is. I'm just going to pop that into the Slack so we have it forever.
Very nice.
Bomp. Yeah. All right. Nadia, do you have any preferences for what we do next?
Sorry, what were the options?
The options are limitless.
Limitless.
But Tim suggested we do the game that includes the subtitles round.
That is good.
Let's rob a bank.
Okay, let's do
Mike,
that.
have you heard the good news about City of Villains?
As we've went over earlier, I cannot be anything but lawful good in a game.
Have you heard the good news about City of Heroes?
Mm.
It's the other version of that.
Where you're good?
Yeah, where you actually do good things and help people and stop purse snatchers and things. It just turns out that I'm a jerk.
See, that sounds appealing to me.
Use RPGs to work out what's inside.
Yes.
Role playing is a safe space.
I have a business card.
Amazing.
I have 500 of those.
Yep, that's how business cards work.
You always have too many of them. That's the
100
rule.
back for my birthday a few years ago, and I gave the last one away at B-Fest this year, so I had to replenish.
It's Use Your Words, the party game for funny people.
Can you all hear
and their
that?
unfunny
Yeah,
I
friends.
can.
A little on the loud side, even.
All right, I can do something about that.
Baskerville.
Is she down there?
No, she's right behind you. She just. Well, I mean, I think she's cute, but she's kind of right now. She's kind of like a giant M dash floating to your right.
Yes.
That's all I want to hit. Wordsgame.lol.
Right.
A
Okay.
web-enabled device
Uh-huh.
like a smartphone, a
We have
tablet,
to
or
enter.
anything with a browser.
Enter
and
four-letter
go to
cod.
www.wordsgame.lol.
The
Or at
best
least COD
Enter the room
piece.
code.
I am a player.
And I believe no one is watching, but if you are watching, I mean, I'm watching. But if you are watching and you want to join, you can, but that's okay if you're not. Because you know what? It's fine.
Okay, I've
Have you checked out the settings menu yet?
Wine gums.
Yes.
I don't think
Is that you, Mikey?
Wine gums is me. Wine gums are. I don't know why they're called that. They're just like a fruit flavored candy. Like they're nice. They're
They
kind
don't
of.
even taste like wine.
I remember them being kind of funky and wine-like, but
I don't find them wine.
it's been a while since I've had. Nadia, are you in?
No, my phone is doing a thing. My browser froze and I'm rebooting.
Oh, okay.
Alas.
Why have I been thinking about wine gums so much this week?
They are good. They're weird.
I think they're good.
Hmm.
Someday I'll get back to the UK.
You can get them here. You can get them at Bulk Barn.
Yeah, I've seen them in the international food aisle at supermarkets. And I also saw them on Neopets way before that. So when I found out it was an actual thing, it kind of blew my mind.
Children can have them because they don't have alcohol.
Because they're not actually made of wine. Yeah, it's like grape nuts. There's no grape, there's no nut.
Yes.
I do not comprehend grape nuts. I don't get it. Oh.
I think it's something to do with the kind of sugar that they're sweetened with.
You can do it.
That it's like grape sugar, like the chemical was called that or something. But I do not know for certain.
Oh my god, I'm having the weirdest food cravings. Now I want frosted mini.
Oh, hey.
And now
Nadia's in.
it's time to
You want frosted mini wheats?
I want frosted mini wheats.
Those are so good.
They are good, and they're not vegetarian, so only I can have them.
It's
What's in them?
They have
It's not.
gelatin in the frosting.
You're about to see
Oh.
a subtitled film clip that's missing a subtitle, and
Bum,
the
bum,
subtitle will be
bum.
filled in by you. Get ready. The clip will play twice. Now, for our feature presentation.
왜 구독물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 구간독은 줄 아네. 너가 바로 네 이모의 가슴에 원하는 것을 받고 달아난 박원봉이란 사람의 아들.
Oh no.
왜 구독물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 구간독은 줄 아네. 그가 바로 네 이모의 가슴에 원하는 것을 받고 달아난 박원봉이란 사람의 아들.
Doo-doo.
I'm in.
Good.
Okay.
Glad to hear it.
75-second warning.
Such a generous time limit.
Yeah.
Who's not in? Nadia's not in.
Am I not in? Oh,
Not in?
I'm still typing.
I like the stylish A on Jared's name.
Oh, yes.
Oh, indeed.
Get ready. Here's what you came up with.
왜 구동물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 그가 누군 줄 아니? 왜 구동물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 그가 누군 줄 아니? 그가 바로 네 이모의 가슴에 원한의 것을 받고 달아난 박원복이란 사람의 아들이다.
I can guess who wrote that one.
Yeah.
왜 구동물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 그가 누군 줄 아니? 그가 바로 네 이모의 가슴에 원한의 것을 받고 달아난 박원복이란 사람이다. 왜 구동물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 그가 누군 줄 아니? 그가 바로 네 이모의 가슴에 원한의 것을 받고 달아난 박원복이란 사람이 아들이다. 왜 구동물을 그렇게 미워해요? 네? 넌 그가 누군 줄 아니?
That's good.
Ba-ba-dum.
That was a pretty instant vote for me.
Let's see how you voted.
Let's. Fair enough. Way to go, Wine Gummy.
Bunch of
Deadline
man
right
haters,
here
all
and
of you.
right now. It's extra, extra.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Cool indeed.
It's cloudy and 65 degrees here.
Oh,
It's not cool at all. It's quite hot. I'm looking forward to putting the air conditioner back on in about 20 minutes.
Oh, I
Well,
lied.
you're-
It's 72 degrees, but it's still
only-
cloudy and cool.
It's only 21 here, Chris.
Here's what
Oh,
you
it's
wrote.
real stuffy in here, but
Oh. It's just
Now, look for your favorite answer, but watch out for house answers.
I like the Kermit meme because Kermit is that meme. I think that's very clever.
Oh, that's right. Sea lizard.
Here's how you voted.
I made a funny.
Yeah.
You can tell it was a real MacBook because it didn't have any ports.
Thing that lets you blank yourself. It's blank-o-matic.
Hmm. The sound effect for this is ice falling into a glass, and it just makes me want ice.
Just plain old ice.
In a glass, ideally.
Are your answers?
I feel like a lot of these answers can be very similar.
Yeah.
In 2020? You don't say.
Not at all relatable.
That's a rough chuckle.
Sorry.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
Look.
Let's see how you voted.
Yay.
All right, holding down the left end of the bell curve with 0 points.
It's like, oh, you know what?
The magic of cinema.
All right.
Yours to ruin. It's subtitles.
Haven't had a kaiju movie yet.
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
Why did you send for him?
I'm so tired. Hello, everybody who's watching. I hope you enjoy this. That's gonna be nice. What?
Damn.
Sorry.
Those are contagious, you big jerk.
No.
Don't make me speak aggressively.
What? You're not the only one who can do that. Mikey's actually angry because I can do it way better than he can.
Yes, you can do it
What
better
is
than
this voice?
तेरे इश्क की
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
Nice.
बताइए कि आपने मुझे क्यों याद किया? क्या चाहती हैं आप?
तेरे इश्क की इंतहा चाहता हूँ.
Your favorite answer now.
We were talking ingressively, which is when you talk, the inhale instead of the exhale. So you have to breathe in while you're talking. And it is a thing that some cultures do in Newfoundland, particularly on,
Oh, on the board now.
Hey. One person didn't get a vote. Oh, well.
Alas.
From around the world and right through your window pane. It's extra, extra. Anybody got a broom?
I was really worried it was just going to be Elmo for a second.
Yes.
I might have had more to say about that. Huh.
Headline, huh?
Mm.
Oh boy. I'm not happy. Oh, Jared, you disconnected, it said. Oh, no, you're back.
Goodness.
That was weird. Good, you went meta.
Oh.
Yes.
Pick a winner.
I can feel culture wanting me to claim complain about Jennifer.
Here's how you voted.
Like, oh, this is how you become a grumpy old person.
Very good.
Wow.
See?
Nice.
I suspected that would happen.
Correct answer.
I was pretty happy with my meta joke, but that was clearly better.
It's blank-o-matic.
Oh, I want to go with a real one.
No.
You can. I mean, we'll see. You never know.
But in Latin, Jehovah starts with an I.
And here's what you came up with.
Yep.
I rebuke that.
Okay. All right. Everyone else can go home.
Very good.
Okay, vote for your
I should have gone with my first instinct.
What was your first instinct?
The god of the breasts. Which is what El Shaddai means.
As I'd say, that's real, huh?
Yeah.
Here's how you voted.
Interesting testament you got there.
It's one of the weird, like, feminine names for God that gets
That
suppressed.
was a house decoy.
Haha.
Oh,
Wow.
alas.
That's how the game is played.
Did you just tell it to answer for you?
Ready
Chris?
for our
Yeah.
random
Yeah. I said answer for me. I didn't get to see what the answer was going to be.
survey
Oh.
And then I couldn't vote for my answer,
survey says all point values are
which is good because I totally would have voted for it.
And since Let's Play mode is turned on, you'll get 90 seconds apiece to answer each one. Here's your first
Oops.
prompt.
Funny.
Okay.
Oh, I
Almost
thought it
feels
was a better
like too
joke
much
now. Dang it.
Well, it's for the Let's Play mode, so everybody in the audience can have fun. But there's
Oh,
nobody in the audience except us.
That's
just
because
those chickens.
this Friday is about our own well-being. This is a therapy. This was socialization.
This was just hanging around and talking. We didn't have to come up with t-shirt designs or rap battles or anything. It was
Here's
pretty
your
awesome.
second prompt.
Okay.
Well, okay. No.
Full contact golf.
Could be.
Here's your third and final prompt. Make it a good one.
They're all usual already.
Kind of.
Sorry.
Is that music from Zelda or okay?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd only ever played the NES version, and I don't remember the
Here's
theme
what you
song.
wrote.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember it.
Nice.
Oh no!
I'm glad I had a clue much like that and erased it and went with something else.
Well, I was gonna say the Washington Redskins, but I was like, they're not baseball.
I vote with. I mean, there's many possible good votes here.
Okay.
I could have gone with
let's see
the
what
Ann
you
Arbor
weirdos
Trust Fund
wrote.
hippies.
As opposed to young hip euchre? I mean, I love euchre, but I'm an old person. Yeah. 2019. Sure. Yep.
The game
True.
of love.
Game of love.
Funny because it's
Your
true.
favorite answer now.
Ding.
What will it be?
Here's what you came up with.
All right. Oh. Hmm. Yes.
Time to vote for your favorite.
It occurs to me that I may have
Let's see
miscalculated.
how you voted.
People would know what Gerudo meant.
Which ones are the Gerudo?
The rock ones.
No,
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the Gerudo. Yes, sorry. Those are the Gorons. The Gerudo are the gypsy, or not gypsy. What do they call them?
the desert people.
Desert people. It's all
Oh,
women
oh,
except
right,
for the
yeah.
one.
Well,
Yeah.
Ganondorf is a Gerudo.
Yes,
he's the
but
first
men are very,
male.
very rare.
And sexy.
Yeah, what's up with that? Not that I'm objecting, it's just weird.
You only have like one man a generation. You're all
It's got to be worth it.
Very
Hey,
good.
hey.
nice.
Well, I've lost.
Wine gums.
I was desperately unfunny this last round.
Oh my god, I came
You're
from the rear.
Thanks for playing. Use your words.
That's what Zelda said.
Use your words. More laughs, more giggles, and more.
I guess Goron Glory Hole would flow better. I was just thinking about Gerudo.
I think, it wouldn't see that much use, but it works.
That's true.
Well, I think we've had a very lovely and successful day. I think we've learned a thing or two, and I think we've really had some good therapy. Now, obviously, we can't expect to solve everything in one live stream, but I think we came pretty close, frankly. So I think we should all give ourselves
more mellow.
Yeah, everybody should give themselves a good pat on the back. And hold on, let me just remind everybody of some of the things we accomplished today. We got a little bit of
motion blur on it, which I like.
It looks like it, yeah. I'm mostly happy with whipping out that map of Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Are those buttons or stars?
They're stars. He's got like the universe in his cloak. I can find the actual Captain Newfoundland, I believe. I think I have that not too far away from a recent take your pick. Yeah. Here we go. This is what actually Captain. Let's see how close I did. Sorry about the take your pick colors. Oh, that's right. It's just it's everything. I forgot he had arms.
Pyramid.
Wow, that is some 70s trippiness right there.
Yes.
There would be an actor in that costume in front of a cheap green screen at like 3 a.m. on NTV, which was Newfoundland television. Like, you would get home from the bars and turn it on, and either they would be playing music videos or they would be playing this sort of weird hippie propaganda.
That's amazing.
We also remembered Wilkie Collins's classic novel, The Woman in White. I'm sorry, I should have added some booty to her too, I suppose, but oh well.
She's wearing green, but she's not the woman in white.
That's true.
Yeah.
We celebrated the publication of his Unholy Engines. I really like the figure. I mean, the duck is also great in a different way.
I like Mikey's interpretation of the duck.
Yeah, it's a petroglyph. It'd have to be.
But I also like the sort of limbo character or whatever that is.
It's very cool.
Yeah. It's a big, thick book, though. I don't think I'm going to get around to reading it anytime soon.
There are so many engines, and they are so fucking unholy.
They all belong to one dude.
And
it's like a phone book, but it's all of his engines.
It's just specs for all these engines.
Yeah,
that are unholy.
A repair manual.
It's like those, it's like those enterprise tool, repair manuals that they publish. It's just that. That's the entire world building. Nothing else in this universe has ever been published except how you build the engines and repair them.
Off the bridge of the Enterprise. That's the only way you know, because you never see it.
And finally, I mean, in some ways, our greatest work.
Oh, I agree.
Because we did it together as a family.
The Borg.
Borg hammer.
I think the bird watching the transmission lines is my favorite.
Yeah.
He's seeing if they're safe to land on.
Yeah, especially what with all the random firing going on nearby. And that's what it might look like next week. All right. No one has watched this stream except for a few people who accidentally scrolled past it on Facebook and quickly said, nope. So that's fine.
They're lost.
Fine. We had a nice time, and that's all that really counts. Not going to be any Take Your Pick tomorrow, but I will be streaming crosswords at 11 o'clock. So
I'm going to read George Perec.
And you're going to read some George Perec, and everybody else is going to do some push-ups.
I'll probably do that.
Actually, my treadmill gets delivered Friday, so there is some exercise in the future.
Oh, back on the treadmill with you.
Well, it's not safe to go to the gym, and it's probably not safe to go to the apartment complex gym either. So screw it. I'm dropping money on a treadmill, and I'm going to do some good for my cardiovascular system.
Good plan. I keep debating whether to pick up the because they just put out they just made some new copies basically of the Nintendo Ring Fit game that everybody's all kept up about. It's their new it's a ring and you exercise in this adventure.
For kids.
Like a hula hoop that you.
It's like a hula. It's like my sense is that it's about that big, but it is basically like a hula hoop that you do yoga type poses and such and like aerobic stuff with. And it's apparently very fun, but I don't know if I'd actually do it, especially because I need to bring it up here. And anyway, that's a whole story. We'll see what happens with that. Also, it's mighty expensive in Canada, all things considered. That's all. We're out of here. Goodbye. The password has been Nacho.